Oh. Oh yeah, Timmy, what did you think of Shenmue 3? I wanted to ask you that. I now know what Lightwing thinks. I know what GM thinks. I know what Karate thinks. I know what Nobbin thinks. I know what I think. Obviously. Who else? Who else did I think that's all I can think of off the top of my head. For aspects of it. Yeah, I just like certain aspects of it too, if I'm being honest. It's very, very mid, the game. Like, it's close to being like, I don't know, just, it's fucking bad, like, I don't know. It's just, how do I say it? How do I say it's garbage without saying it's garbage, I guess? I mean, there's some aspects of it that are cool. But it just fails, like, if that makes sense. Just fails too hard, too much. But when it does do certain things, like it does it well. But then yeah, it's just like ugh, like everything just feels so mid. Like that's the thing with it. That's probably the thing with that game. It just feels too mid, man. Like the highlight for me was the Chawan Sign DLC. Like that felt like okay. Now this feels like Shenmue. Like that was probably the best part of that game for me. Was like doing the Chawan signs. Like the DLC one, not in the game. Like the extra shit. Like that was fun, man. Finding the right restaurant to do the Chawan signs. That shit was a blast. Like I loved it. It was great. But then you have like just the emptiness in the story. Like there's just so much emptiness. Like that's the big problem with it. There's so much emptiness going on. Like holy shit. And then towards the end of the game, it's like, oh, things are starting to get interesting now. Now it's starting to pick up and get interesting. Oh, the game finished. Oh, like that's the problem with it. Like the big problem with the story. And then you got like you have to like grind and grind and grind and grind. Whereas I feel they should have just did a big cutscene of Ryo's development, of him getting stronger. And then they should have picked it up at the bit where you're in the house finding the things. And then you fight Chai and go to Niawu. And then we go to Baisha Village, do that bit. And then, I don't know, after that bit, Shenmue 3 ends, right? That's what I think should have happened. They should have cut a lot of Bailu Village out. Like, all the grindy shit, cut it out. Just make a cutscene where it shows him developing. Like when you watch Karate Kid, you see Daniel-san developing as a character. Like that would have been fucking sick if they did that. Why didn't they do that? You know? Yeah, that would have just would have just made the game so much better. It would have just made the game so much better, man. Like if they did that. Yeah, I'd say like I almost want to do the DLC again, the Chawan Sign DLC. That was really fun, man. It felt like Shenmue 2, like I was getting that vibe again. Like this is Shenmue, like, you know? I just like wish the whole game was like that. If you know what I mean. Yeah, there's no point dwelling on it, I get that. It's like, I understand, like, dwelling and always talking negative about it is not gonna help it. It just falls, the game just falls into a shitty spot, you know? It's just, yeah, I don't know. The future of Shenmue, man. Don't know where it's at, like, it just doesn't look good. Suppose all we can do is hype it up and hopefully bring new people into the franchise. It's like being hopeful and like talk as positively as we can about it, and maybe do it like Shenmue Dojo says and like tweet out every 4th and say like, we want Shenmue 4, we want the end of the story. I guess that's all we can do right as of now, like. But if you ask me, that's like major copium. It's not vibes, major copium. That's just copium to me, like. It's just reeks copium, man. Like bad. Like so bad, like. Whenever I think of the future of Shenmue, I just need like a gigantic copium tank next to me. If I'm being honest, like. Yeah. Anyways, that's my thoughts on it. It's like Shenmue's like that car that got bugged. And it's got bugged again into another muddy hole. We need to unbug it again somehow, or it's just gonna stay there and become abandoned, which is probably what's gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. I like to be unbiased, man, when it comes to this game. Like, yeah, like you said, Timmy, I like certain aspects of it. Like when they do those certain aspects in Shenmue 3, then like that's where it hits, and it's like, this is good. Why can't it be always like this? Like, you know, why can't it be more of this? Like, when it gets those aspects right, then yeah, it's good. Like, but that's the problem. It should always be good. Like, but anyway, like, still at least got 2's most fun series. 1 is good overall, but tedious. Oh yeah. It's mainly disc 3 for me. Like, the first half of disc 3 is boring. Like, for me, it's just mundane and boring. Like, I've always thought that about Shenmue 1. I've always hated the start of disc 3. I fucking always hated it. Like, I wish I could skip it. I'd always leave my Dreamcast running all the time. Whenever I have those waiting periods, I'll just leave it running. That's literally what I'll do every